We got ourselves Team 1 Warrior Gang together with Drop Warrior GG as a Fury. We've got Coil Warrior as Arms with Legend as also a Fury. Lathbrook going to be first up as an Evoker with Unwho going on How. With Seabuzz going to be first up as an Affliction Warlock loading up Lathbrook full of dots. Going to be immediate trigger for Lathbrook, trying to go for a big staff gameplay out here. Light of Creation, hoping to get a bunch of casts, trying to channel into Seabuzz. It doesn't really look like he's channeling, but he definitely is. Lath having to go for big damage, but actually backing up onto the big drain around the corner. Lath could just be dead. This drain for the Warlock is absolutely just blasting him. Lath looking for a full recovery, needs to find a way to remove all of these dots off of him. I don't think he has a way to remove them at all though. These Warlock dots are so brutal, man. Oh my god, Affliction dots are brutal. As a max level character, trying to go for Hun, gonna be quick and sharp. Lath trying to go for big damage, gonna be blasted around onto Seabuzz, could potentially turn around. Big drain, and Seabuzz did collect all that agony damage and just drained the Lizard Man dry. That was a tough one. I feel like as soon as we got all the dots and a big drain proc, that was it. Gonna be important on Seabuzz as Legend tries to spear him down into place. The Warlock is a little bit quicker in the draw though. Doesn't have a lot of mobility. He's gonna use that gateway in order to separate. Has himself Darkback. Gonna go for the Warlock health. So definitely needs to get some dots on the Legend. Start watering him down little by little. Darkback is up and running. And at some point he should be able to get himself a big drain. Try to go for Fear versus Legend. He can break out of those easily. Big drain is gonna get interrupted. Legend with a reflect. Soul swap is gonna end up reflecting back into Seabuzz unless he's careful. Got himself big blade. Defensive as Legend is trying to see if he can mitigate some of this damage. Big Hunt coming down. As Seabuzz trying to load up the dots. Big damage on the Seabuzz as the Warrior just absolute breaking the boy's back, crushing him right now. Charging next to him. Gonna be a big charge. Drain Soul trying to go for the trap. Misses it. And a big drain life recovery is available for Seabuzz. Absolutely got himself mad shielding out of this one. Drain that gives you shield and drain that gives you health. It's absolutely glorious. Quick fear onto Seabuzz. As Legend just holds his ground with a reflect. Quick stun as just controlling the fight, trying to see if he can mitigate the damage to Seabuzz. Big bleed out of the Odin's Fury, trying to go for interrupt, has to go for defensive. That's going to be tricky. There we go. And that's going to be a leap, but I think Legend just may be in trouble. The dots are running him down, and Seabuzz just melting these boys. Affliction Warlocks are so tanky, so much raw damage. Coil Warrior trying to see if he can spear him. Gonna be a port, but Seabuzz doesn't really get to go anywhere. The man's limited to what he can do. Big executes, massive burst out of the Warrior. That's gonna be a reflect for Seabuzz as well as a shield. Trying to go for drain, getting interrupted. Not much you can really do in this situation unless Coil Warrior makes a mistake. I think he just might just have him here. Trying to go for a big drain, doesn't get a shield or anything. Just trying to see if he can survive it. Those executes are coming through, just bloodied up. Seabuzz trying to see if he can pour it out there. Leave as Coil Warrior does end up taking him out. I switched to the wrong person at the worst time, chat. How do I do that? How do I miss it? Getting locked down with a Stormbolt, immediate pet stun, disarm, as Coil trying to dissuade him from even going having an opener, stun by the death knight. As Crusade's health is actually getting kind of low, not great at dealing with physical damage, mad damage on a Coil War, as it comes so big, Avatar has parry in case he needs to, quick fear onto Crusade going for self-healing, Lichborn is available, trying to recover as much health as possible, parry up for Coil War, so he's absolutely immune to any physical damage. Crusade is in big trouble, can't even heal off of him, trying to go for as many death coils to heal himself and fuel himself back up to full, but Coil War does it and slamming him down. Oh my goodness. With Chicago charging out next and a big old Drake. Literally ready for Dragonflight. Tricky for Chicago. Sunders the ground under him. Gonna be the capacitor totem with a full stun. Coil War with a Blade Storm. Doesn't have much in terms of survivability. Mad damage on Chicago. Oh my god. The Shaman just wasn't even worried. The Primalist Shaman just blasts him out with full elements. Drop Warrior going in with big damage. Draws go for a little bit of self-heal. Hold on to his defensive, but he's going for self-survivability. Reflect up for Chicago. And Chicago spawns in more Ghost Wolfies. Frosty. Actually, big damage. Massive Alien Blast. Drop Warrior could be in big trouble. Chicago backing away for a second. Another Alien Blast to follow. Drop Warrior going in for big damage. Big defenses. Shockwave wants Chicago. Maybe try to go for the crit Shockwave build. Avatar at the ready. Needs to go for survivability. Major disengage from the fight. As they eat another Thunder. Oh my goodness. Chicago still king of the hill. With Unwho trying to see if they can maybe run him over that hill. Big Alien Blast on How. Blasted out. AMS not holding on for long enough. Massive mix of physical damage and elemental damage is able to blast the defenses of How. And Chicago is going to have to find a way to deal through the rest of the health left. How taking up as much damage as possible. Darkback to give him more health. IBF in order to reduce the damage taken. And Chicago just goes in with a full wall as an army of undeads just keeps surrounding him and blasting him. That Gargoyle still continue to get blasted around the corner. Full stun on How with a capacitor totem as they go for Lichborn. Action defenses off of that one. one. Nisa consolidated all defenses. Chicago, massive heal with a Maelstrom, able to recover the health fully. Big Alien Blast onto on how. Try to see if he can survive it. AMS very, very soon. Having to jump off the edge. Big blast for Chicago. Trick and sword. Oh my goodness. So you'll see that we got a prop warrior over the top right. I don't know if he's going to be able to even play much today, but we're kind of letting it happen for one game because there's some cheesy you can do as a prop warrior right now. I want to see if we'll be able to have him pull off that build. Gonna be Trezor first up for Squall Warrior, already going out big damage. Trezor could be maybe in a bit of trouble. Rotating defensive full stun while we're all focusing on the fact there's a tank in the arena. Squall Warrior is literally fighting an actual tank in the arena. As Trezor popping off big defenses, trying to go for a big Tyrant play. Coral backing up out of there. This is where Trezor decides to hold back on the full Tyrant. Got two Fell Guards next to his Squall Warrior, just having to find a way to fight through these things. Already popped the parry. Blade Storm before Mortal Coil connects. I think the Mortal Coil just got sent out by Trezor. That's going to be Reflect. Charge to follow. Coil Warrior with a big avatar looking for the X against Trezor. He does get himself a wall, has a dark back, and just goes in with a massive meteor crashing down onto the Warrior, taking him out. Man, right now, Demonology Warlocks do quite a bit of damage as a max level character. Lots of survivability, but man, these pets and the insta-cast damage is actually quite good. Lav's gonna be up next, trying to wait out Trezor's big defenses. Is gonna go for a quick interrupt, Disintegrate to follow, trying to burn him down with a blue magic reflecting, tricking it out of this one really early. Fear by Trezor. That's gonna be a big breath by the Last Evoker, trying to see if he can potentially avoid any kind of CC. Going for yet another Disintegrate. Trezor got himself plenty of casting, but not enough defenses. Had Dark Back coming back up at the very, very last second. Chicago gonna be joining us this evening with their... I like that helm, by the way. That feels like a classic Chicago helm. Big opener, Balath off the bat as Chicago sends out the Ghost. So trying to put some totems down into the ground. It's gonna go for a little bit of self-heal. Again, Evoker just got himself lots of damage, trying to go for a big channel staff. Big LA blast by Chicago. Last could be potentially in trouble. Definitely needs some survivability. And Chicago taking him down with a massive LA blast right after Man tried to see if he could zoom out of there with on how Assaz gonna be up next. Getting a full stun locked down onto Chicago. Going in for an ambush. Not playing the Shadowlands build, are you? Death Mark, full dots. Chicago is going to be bleeding profusely. He is an Enhancement Shaman. He does have access to a lot of the restoration abilities. Basically a restoration shaman in disguise. Their health is literally taking damage as if somebody's up next to them, beating them up. Clock shadows for the Rogue very, very early. Gonna be the Counter-Strike totem. And Chicago trying to see if he can reverse some damage. Back to the Rogue. Lots of damage. Chicago looking for a healing. Big damage. Chicago needs a heal right now. Maybe lagging. Got himself enough survivability. Lagging, kind of walking in place, doing a bit of a moonwalk. And does go down. That is actually super, super unfortunate. A little bit of lag stopping him. Leroy War around the corner with a big hunt off the bat. Just, oh my god, just dropping down on how Assassin doesn't even give a chance. Legion gonna be up next. Try to see if he can get a bit of a charge around Leroy. Big leap around the corner. Leroy getting stunned up. Legend, does he have any mobility? Any survivability? Does catch up a little bit of health. Stunned by Leroy. Look at you turning around to Legend. Legend reflected something. I'm not even sure what. Leroy looking to back up out of the complete Legend with a double charge. She catches up to Leroy. Does get stunned up with a big hunt to follow. Turning around. Oh my god, Leroy just turning around on the boy with Drop Warrior GG. As a protection warrior, last one over in the 5-minute mark is going to be taking 30% more damage from the Demon Hunter, trying to take it up as best possible. He has a bit of a ramp off his burst. Spear down. I don't know if he's going to be able to do much with it. Trying to see if he can one shot Leroy. Does he get to do it? Almost does it. Leroy somehow activated some health. I think maybe Battle Mass stricken. I think Drop Warrior may still just be able to have him. No, he just didn't get bullied by Prop Warrior, right? Charge, stun, Leroy trying to catch up a little bit of health, got him some Metamorphosis, big item to follow. I think maybe the bleeds got him that, or Drop Warrior just turned around, hit him with a quick slap. Maybe a big shield Sam. Crusade is going to be up next. Big grippy hand. And Drop Warrior just let himself die. He doesn't want to make this duel go a little bit so long as a Prop Warrior. There is a big burst that Protection Warriors can do. You guys, if you watched a video that I did a couple of weeks ago, there's a one-shot that Prop Warriors can do. Literally charge at you, just blast you out of the game. He almost did it. If his spear was literally where Leroy was, if he was able to pin him down in place, like guaranteed, he would have definitely been able to do that. Definitely would have been